Just let me introduce myself. I am a Muslim. I came to this country when I was 9 years old. For me, Islam is like a huge open space where I can grow. And when I first found out that actually FGM is practiced by Muslims, I simply could not believe it. I thought, where has this come from? My faith is very pragmatic, logical, gives me guidance in every sphere of life. Nowhere in the Quran had I read anything about FGM. Nowhere. Talking to people, so-called, what we call faith leaders, as a Muslim actually, faith leaders, I'm not sure that we have faith leaders, especially in Sunni faith. We all have access to the Quran, and now we have translations of the Quran. So we don't really need to go to any expert. Our expertise is in the Quran. That's our guidance for life. And each one of us, alhamdulillah, has access to it. We pick it up, we open it, we read it, and see where it leads us. So, researching into FGM, thinking, where does it come from? There is an extremely weak hadith that is quoted by men. And that is where the practice has the so-called cover of faith to allow it to go ahead. It's a weak hadith. Prophet ﷺ's daughters, none of them were circumcised or mutilated. None of them. Just bear that in mind. Sunnah and the Quran is what we follow. So in Islam, I see no place at all for FGM. No place at all. This should be banned. It is against human rights. It is against human rights for girls and women. Total ban on it. It's criminal. Let me quote you something from the Quran. As a Muslim, I always knew that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has made men, women, and an intimate relationship within a marriage is supposed to be mutually fulfilling. It's not just for the man, it's for the woman as well. Quoting from the Quran, it's talking about Ramadan and when you can actually be together and have intimate relationship with your wife. It says, it is lawful for you to go in unto your wives during the night preceding the day's fast. There are garments for you and you are as a garment for them. And again, in verse 30-21, he has put love and mercy between you. All of these things indicate that the relationship is mutually beneficial, mutually enjoyable. In Islam, intercourse, relationship with a man is absolutely fine. It is promoted as long as it is within marriage. So really there is no stigma attached to it as there might be in some other faiths. So this is for us. Talking about it medically, it is mutilation. There is no doubt about it that it is harmful to woman. There is no benefit at all. It does not increase her sexual enjoyment. In fact, it is extremely painful because what it does, it narrows it down. It is extremely painful. I have come across one case in my early days as a medical student at the time of delivery, and it causes obstruction of labor. 15% of fistula that join the vagina to the rectum are caused by female genital mutilation. So really there is no health benefit at all. There's no reason to have it, and I think as faith communities we need to work within our faith and we need to work across faiths to make sure that this cultural practice is abolished, is put down. I see that I'm here and most of people here are probably already converted, so I'm speaking to the converted. But I think you need to go out as ambassadors and inshallah go out there and make sure, as has been said by yourself, that we need to make sure if we hear of it, we make sure that we expose it. That is what is enjoined to Muslim. If you see something bad being done, speak about it and try and change it. If you can't, do an action. So please, across the faiths, we need to make sure that we eradicate this hideous practice. Thank you.